Hi, good morning from my end of the world in the lovely island of Grenada to your home. Today we are going to do immunity boosting foods for the current situation that we face, which is the COVID-19. Because there is no vaccine, or there are a lot of not enough information or not enough solid information, one of the key areas for an ongoing healthy body is what we eat. And then what we eat helps us through COVID-19. So Chitkara University COVID-19 immunity building foods. So today, some of the foods that I'm actually preparing are fruit-based. You might ask, why fruit-based foods? Fruits are actually one of the most nutritious, easily digestible foods there are in order for uptake when the body is uptaking nutrition. So some of the foods that we're going to use today are mangoes, which is well known to you, watermelon, which you will have in India, and cantaloupe, which is muskmelon. I think that's how you all know it in India. There's chickpeas, which you know. There's mint leaves, which you know. Yeah? So all the ingredients are familiar, they're easily accessible, and they're much healthy to eat.
Nice, man, nice.
Is there a question? Family is because of their high nutritious properties. So watermelon tends to have a lot of water, which is for hydration. The human body needs hydration in order for the cells to be produced or to work properly. There's a lot of fiber in melon. There's a lot of macro and micronutrients. There's a lot of polynutrients in all these various fruits that are on these tables. One of the reasons we're going to do different foods is because in these type of times where your purchasing is not necessarily to its optimum in terms of what you can get in the market. So I'm trying to do it seasonally, in which everyone can have a piece of watermelon, a piece of cantaloupe, or a mango to use. One of the good things about these recipes, they're no-cook based. The reason I'm doing a no-cook based menu or different recipes is because a lot of fruits and vegetables, when they're uncooked, they're digested quicker for a greater uptake. So say for instance, a piece of meat, the digestion period will be maybe an hour to 2 hours, depending on your body's environment. A piece of watermelon, a piece of mango, or a piece of cantaloupe, the uptake of nutrition is 45 minutes. So in order to drive that nutrition into the body quick, this is why I'm using a lot of no-cook foods. All these foods on these tables have a high level of immunity building, and this is what your body needs in order to sustain flus and colds. Yeah? So let's start. Let's start with a cantaloupe soup. So the ingredients of the cantaloupe gazpacho: cubed cantaloupe, chickpeas boiled whole, garam masala, salt and pepper to taste. Mint is for garnishing. Yes? So the first thing we actually do is take the cantaloupe, put it into the blender. Take the chickpeas into the blender. Your spices, and spices are actually really good to eat. Spices has a lot of macronutrients and they're good for anti-inflammatories for the bodies too. So I'm not going to put no water is going to go into it or any other liquid. If you're liking non-veg, you can put chicken stock, which actually bumps up the nutrition a little bit more. But this is a non-veg dish, so it's not going to have any stock. Yes? So because cantaloupe are actually high in vitamin A and vitamin C, is actually one of the top fruit for immunity antioxidants. Vitamin C helps repair cells, it helps with your skin, your hair. Vitamin A helps with your eyes, and there's something in cantaloupe called immunoglobulins, which actually helps with your whole digestive and systematics and all the systems within your body, intestines, digestives, which is really good to consume. So now we blend or we pulse into a chunky soup. Good. So the chickpeas was added for protein. So your body needs protein to repair muscles. So that is why the chickpeas was added. The chickpeas is also a thickener, a natural thickener for the cantaloupe. Because cantaloupe is so watery, we need a little bit of thickness for the soup. So instead of using cornstarch, we use something natural. So as you can see, it's very thick. And I did half the recipe as to what is on the recipe sheets. And add a little piece of mint to the bottom. Mint. And that's the chickpeas and cantaloupe gazpacho. So on the side of the plate, which I use as a garnish, it's called periwinkles. So periwinkles are actually very edible to eat, and it's used a lot in the pharmaceutical industry in terms of different things. They make beauty soap with it, and periwinkles has a high trace of antibodies or antiviral. So it can actually use as both. So it is edible and can use as a garnish. Yeah. So this is the soup. And it's simple. It took less than 3 minutes to prepare. And what is in this bowl is in proportion to what your body needs. So drinking of this soup will aid in your digestion. It will aid in your vitamin C. It will aid in your vitamin A. So I wanted to highlight the vitamin C and the vitamin A of this soup because this is anti-inflammatory and immunity building all in one bowl. You cannot get it better than this. And most important, the uptake of the nutrition is 45 minutes. It helps the body in a quicker period of time in terms of if you're ill or if you have a flu, it's easier to eat. So let's taste this and see how it tastes. So the taste you're going to get from this is different taste senses. So you're going to get the nuttiness of the chickpea. You're going to get the sweetness of the cantaloupe. You're going to get the earthiness of the garam masala. You're going to get a hint of mint because the mint will infuse into it. You will get the sodium for the salt, and you'll get the black pepper. Black pepper is actually very good to eat too, because it helps with anti-inflammatory. It helps the antioxidants in the body also. So this soup is actually a really good soup to have or to consume maybe once a week or twice a week. It's good to eat.
Chef, here I would like to ask you, like we can use any locally available melons in India for this recipe?
Any locally, so you can use cantaloupe, you can use the red watermelon, you can use green melon, any melon. But bear in mind, every variety of melon has a different type of nutrition. There's something called baseline nutrition, which every fruit or vegetable has, but yet some fruits or some vegetables has a higher concentration of that nutrition. So cantaloupe has a higher base nutrition of vitamin C and vitamin A. But all fruits and all vegetables has that baseline nutrition, minerals, vitamins, and everything that you look for that your body needs. Yeah? So let's move on now to the watermelon burger. So everyone knows burger to be something non-veg based, whether it's a chicken burger, a beef burger, a lamb burger, or a pork burger, turkey burger. It's known to be meat based. But burgers can actually also be fruit based, where you add different types of vegetables and fruits to maximize that nutrition. So the burgers you can make is a watermelon burger, which I'm actually using today. So I'm actually going to infuse a lot of the different spices, and I will explain why I'm using soy sauce, a chili, and a sesame oil. So these 3 ingredients were chosen for the nutritional properties, which I'm actually going to infuse into the watermelon. And this is the watermelon. So I did various slices of the watermelon. This here is cheese. Cheese has a lot of amino acids, calcium, and different things that your body also needs. We have red onions, which is raw, cucumber, tomatoes, lettuce. So in order to be, you don't have to stick to the recipe as much as it's how I wrote it. You can be innovative and do whatever type of fruit burger you would like. You can do a pineapple burger, you can do a pear burger, you can do apple burgers, you can do jackfruit burgers, and now jackfruit is one of the trending foods of the vegan society. Their nutritionists are not realizing the importance of a jackfruit, and I know India has a lot of jackfruit. So if you find jackfruit in your market, you can make a burger with it. It's high in carbohydrates, high in lactic acids, it has good anti-cancerous properties. It's a really good fruit to eat. Unfortunately, we don't get jackfruit in the Caribbean. The jackfruits are imported into the Caribbean. So it's only when I visit Asia or I can get it, then I can have it. But because of food processing, jackfruit is now being processed and canned. So it's being sold around the world. So now accessibility to jackfruit is a bit more open. Then we have here a curd and tahini mixture, which we're going with mint, which we're going to put into the burger. So this is for flavor profile. The nutrition in this is not as much, it's just to add profile flavoring. And this here is a Kaiser roll, which is a multi-grain roll. The wheat, its composition is wheat, barley, and flaxseed grains.
So can we use a normal burger?
You can use You can use whatever bread that is on hand that you have access to. Every country has different types of bread. You can use a seed bread, which can bump up that protein nutrition. You can use whole wheat buns. You can even use a wrap, like a flat roti wrap. You can use naan. You can use whatever, and you can fold it. Be innovative. Test foods, try foods, come up with different platings, all different type of avenues you can do with food. Food is very forgiving. It will never bite you. So you can try whatever it is that you want. And this bowl has garlic and ginger. And every home in India should know the value of garlic and ginger, because everything is cooked with garlic and ginger in an Indian home. So antibacterial, antibiotics, garlic, ginger is a huge digestive property. Ginger has one of the best digestive properties in the world. There's different natural phytochemicals of ginger that helps various ailments in the bodies too. So like gout, different things. There was a report recently in one of the journals that ginger actually also helps with respiratory illnesses. So the lining of the lungs, whatever properties the ginger have, helps with respiratory illnesses too. And in the times of the COVID, ginger is actually one of the good things to use. Yes. On this side of the bowl, I have a chia and flaxseed chip to accompany the burger. So you can put different accompaniments to your burger, and because this will give you the crunch. So I'm building texture and layer and flavor together with the nutrition for the burger. So chia and flaxseed chips is actually really good to eat too. You can use whatever chips that you have. You can do beetroot chips, you can do carrot chips, you can do potato chips, you can do sweet potato chips. Whatever is available on hand at your home, you can make. It's easily accessible and easily prepared. All you have to do with a beetroot chip, cut it very thinly, dry it out a little bit for an hour, and fry it. If you don't want to fry it, you put it in the oven with a little bit of olive oil, and you get it until crisp. You salt with salt and pepper or any other seasoning that you have, and it's done. It takes less than 10 minutes to make a very good beetroot chip. Yes? So let's start to infuse the marinade into the watermelon. So soya sauce I have actually used, because soya sauce is one of the foods that's fermented. So soya sauce, the composition of soya sauce is soya bean and wheat, which is fermented for more than 18 months. So it makes soya sauce a good fermented food to eat. The body thrives very well on anything that's fermented. The uptake for fermentation food is good. We need fermentation food for the probiotics. A lot of the foods on this table has a lot of probiotics, which your body needs for intestinal health. So let's put the soya sauce together with the ginger and the garlic. So soya sauce also has a high sodium. Someone may say, well, why is she using soya sauce when it's so high in sodium? So if you would look at the composition of the watermelon has low sodium in it. The sodium is to balance the sweetness of the watermelon. So 2 tablespoons of sodium is negligible compared to drinking a bottle of soya sauce. Sesame oil is used to infuse a little bit of fat in it. I'm only going to use a drop of sesame oil just to add a little bit of that nutty flavor. So in terms of nutrition, not much, it's just going to impart some flavor. Yeah? Because your body needs fat to thrive on. You cannot not give the body fat. Your body needs fat to build, to repair. It's a huge part of any cellular structure. And I'm going to use some chili pepper. So chili paste. So you can add how much chili paste you want. You can use dry chilies, you can use the sauce, you can infuse whatever it is that you want. You make it to your taste. I like spicy things, so I put a lot of chili. So now we're going to mix it. Just to infuse everything. So you'll get the garlic, you'll get the ginger. And this is how the marinade is supposed to look. So you're seeing the sesame oil is to the top because the soy sauce is water-based. So the oil will float. And now I'm going to take my infuser. So it's pretty much like a syringe. It's a culinary syringe. And I'm going to infuse it into the watermelon. Yeah. Right. So now I take the syringe, I put it into the middle of the watermelon, and I infuse it. So it's infused into the watermelon. Now, a lot of homes will not have this equipment. So, the easiest thing to actually do, everyone has a spoon. You take the spoon and you just infuse it just like this. And we're going to let this sit for 5 minutes. So the flavors will be absorbed into the watermelon. So the flavors we're going to get out of this is sweet, salty, umami, spicy. So this is how actually so sit for 5 minutes. So while that is actually sitting, let's prepare the garnishes for our bun. So we're going to take the bread, open it like this, take our spread. So curd actually has good digestive property. Every household in India has curd. And you spread a thick amount because this is going to give the burger a nice balance of flavor. You can put whatever you want. You can put mayonnaise. You can add wasabi mayonnaise because wasabi will contrast very nicely with soy sauce also. You can add ketchup, you can add honey mustard. The tahini and yogurt was chosen for the different nutritional values. So when I reach the dessert, then I'm going to talk about the probiotics. So this actually has probiotics in it also. So you layer the top and the bottom half. On the bottom half, you take your lettuce and you fan it out. And you make a nice covering. Then you take our burger. Been marinated, and you can use I grated it very finely and you can leave it onto the burger because you get a nice pungent taste from out of it. So let's put 2 pieces into the burger. Yeah. Then we're going to put a tomato slice. You can use red tomatoes, you can use green tomatoes, you can use any type of tomatoes. Then we're going to use the slivers of onions. Cucumbers. And you can add whatever vegetable that you want. You can add various things. You can add pickles, whatever is on hand that you have. And then you add your slice of cheese. So this burger can keep getting at different heights. I like it with chips on the burger. So I get the crunch. Because the watermelon is soft, the chip gives it a nice crunch. And it gives it a nice crunch. You take the top of the burger, place it in, and you take your skewer, a bamboo wooden skewer, if you have metal skewers, and you skewer the burger to keep it together. Yeah? So that's how the burger looks. Yeah? So this is how the burger looks. And now we're going to cut the burger. So you can actually see the inside of the burger. And this is the layering effect of your burger. So you get your different layers. You see a watermelon layer, you see a lettuce layer, you see a cucumber layer, and the chip and the onions. So let's try to eat this now. Eating this is going to be okay, so I need to open my mouth a little bigger. So, I taste the soy sauce, I get the ginger, I get the garlic, I get the creaminess of the cheese, I get the crunch of the chips, I get the crunch of the onions, I get the acidity of the watermelon and the tomatoes. Even though tomatoes is sweet, tomatoes is high in acid. So the acid gives that sweetness of the watermelon, that balance. So the flavors on this will be really will be coming together really nicely. I took my time to develop this burger because of the nutrition. It's very unusual, and especially summer is coming in. Because it's so hot, you need a lot of no-cook foods, and this burger is quite refreshing. So that's one of the reasons I actually developed this burger, besides the nutritional aspect of the burger. Any questions on the burger?
If anyone has any questions, they can put it in the chat box. Chef, we have a question. Santosh Malkoti has asked it. How safe it is to have a dish with raw ingredients? What is your opinion on it?
Okay, so raw, if you're looking at fruits and vegetables, it's safe. If you're looking at meat, it's a different story. So, for starters, you have to wash fruits and vegetables. Certain fruits and vegetables you have to peel in order to consume it. But if you buy an apple, or if you have a banana, or if you have a piece of watermelon, you leave it on the outside to ripe at room temperature. It's safe. With a fruit burger, between your preparation to your consumption should be around less than 60 minutes. So there's no time for a lot of sitting. And that's a good question, because the soya sauce gives you that protection of having the watermelon stay. It doesn't oxidize the watermelon. So the soya sauce has a lot of protective values that will actually keep that watermelon safe. So when you're actually making a watermelon burger, you can put different things, but these were the combinations that I used in order to maximize the health and safety of the fruit itself. Washing hands is important. When you touch in between, you keep washing your hands also. In a kitchen environment, hand washing is a must every 5 minutes in order to prevent pathogens from growing on the palm of your hands. So food and safety for fruits and vegetables, hygiene or pathogens growing are very low. Bacteria will grow, but at a very low rate as compared to a piece of fish or compared to a piece of meat. So if you're doing this burger with meat, say a patty, minced meat, or a piece of grilled meat, your sanitation needs to be at the maximum, because meat disintegrates quicker. So between your preparation of your meat and your consumption of the meat, it has to be at a short time. One of the reasons that I don't like to do a lot of meat in the demonstrations, because it sits here, and when meat sits, you see the actual degradation of the meat. Meat changes color very quickly when it sits outside. The breakdown of meat starts in seconds, while the breakdown of a fruit starts within 20 minutes. So meat proteins or meat muscle is a total different context compared to fruits and vegetables. I'm not saying you cannot eat non-veg for COVID immunity. You will get the nutrition, yes, but the uptake by the body will be longer than using a fruit or a vegetable base. So that's why I chose to do fruits as a burger, the fruit as a burger, because I want optimum uptake of nutrition. So that is the key principle of using all the fruits for these recipes. Any fruit, uptake of nutrition at a maximum level is important, especially for colds and flu. You need that, because they tell you drink a glass of orange juice. Your cold will go by the evening. The cold doesn't go by the evening, but gradually the body accepts that nutrition, and over a few hours your symptoms are gone. So everyone will tell you drink an orange juice, put some ginger. With carrots, it's a good drink for flu. It builds your immunity, but over a period of time. Yeah? So let's move on to dessert. Now dessert can actually be sweet, it can be savory, it can be different things. I actually wanted to do a parfait because of what the parfait contains. So we have yogurt. So this is a coconut yogurt with strawberries, and it's a Greek yogurt. So it's a little bit thicker. Yogurt, just like curd, has a lot of probiotics, and the body needs a lot of probiotics for immunity building. Probiotics, like yogurt, are a really good immunity building too. So yogurt consumption is really good if you want to prevent any colds or any flus that your body may be susceptible to. And yogurt has calcium. Calcium is for your bone building, which you need as growing children, which is important. So there's vitamin C, there's calcium, there's phosphorus, there's zinc, there's iron. There's a whole host of macro and micronutrition out of a yogurt. The fermentation of yogurt, where you infuse both natural and artificial probiotic, helps in digestion for your body also. Digestion is very important in terms of having the body uptake the nutrition. You give that body that extra boost so it's easier to digest. So if you realize I'm using a lot of digestive foods also, in terms of the ginger, in terms of the garlic, in terms of the probiotics, in terms of the soy sauce, which is fermented. All these play key and integral aspect of any digestion process for nutrition uptake. Yes? Then we have granola. Granola has carbohydrates, it has fat, it's full of fiber. So you need a lot of fiber for digestion and also to go to the toilet. So you need that on a daily basis. So fiber is actually really good to eat. Then we have chocolates. So I'm using semi-sweet chocolate. Semi-sweet chocolate has a lot of antioxidants and something called bromelain. Bromelain in chocolates is the happy place. So if you're anxious, sad, eating a little bit of chocolate hooks you up, gives you a little bit of happy. Like rum. The rum will give you that, but I can't give you rum in the chocolate, so we're just going to use the chocolate. I can drink the rum, but you can't. So we're going to use the chocolates. Then we have mixed nuts. So nuts is a different nutritional factor all on its own. There are almonds, there are pumpkin seeds, there are sunflower seeds, there are hazelnuts, there's some raisins in this too. Nuts gives you that vitamin E, which you need. It gives you fiber, it gives you good fat. And as I mentioned, your body needs fat. A little bit of fat is not going to kill you. Your body needs that fat to repair anything that your body has to repair or what needs repairing. And then we have mango. So India has different varieties of mango, different size, different shapes. So these are cube mangoes. Now, everyone will say all mangoes have the same nutrition, but that's not true. Different varieties of mango has different types of nutrition. Some mangoes has a little bit more sugar, some mangoes has less sugar, some mangoes has more starch, some mangoes has less starch. So it depends on the variety of mango that you have or that you use. You can use fresh mango or you can use frozen mango, whatever is available to you. Mango is high in vitamin C, mango is high in fiber, mango has iron, it has zinc, it has potassium, it has vitamins B, all the different nutritional factors that your body needs, mango has. So mango is actually a nice fruit to use in a dessert. You can use it in a burger, you can use it in a smoothie, you can add curd, you can add mango, you can add turmeric. You can use various methods in the use of mangoes in order to get that nutrition. I personally don't like to cook mango because when you cook the mango, you lose the nutrition value of the fruit. Fruits and vegetables, for me, personally, I like to consume them raw. That's where I get the maximum nutrition of which my body needs. I cook other fruit, vegetables, but generally I just use mango or fruits at its raw stage. Yes? So let's start to layer the glass now. So we have a glass here. You can use any glass that you have. You can use a container, whatever it is that you have in your kitchens. You can use a bowl, you can use a teacup, whatever it is that you can use. So let's start. So we're going to put a little bit of yogurt to the bottom of the glass and smooth it around. And we're going to add some granola. So we're going to layer the different textures. So crunch, smooth. Then we're going to add some mango. And color is also important for presentation. The more color fruits and vegetables that you eat, it's the better for you. A little bit of mango, and we go a little bit of chocolate. And I like chocolate, so I put chocolate in everything. So dark chocolate is actually good to eat. But I can't have 2 bars of chocolate. I can have a handful of chocolate. So you put your chocolate, then you put your mixed nuts. Then you get back to your yogurt. Then you add some mango. So you can do different layers. However it is that you feel to layer, you can layer. And it's an easy, healthy, and it's a no-cook dessert. And you could use plain granola. You can use granola with nuts. You can use granola with raisins. You can use granola. Whatever granola you can find, you can use. And then we go for some more yogurt. I eat this for breakfast most mornings. But sometimes I use grapes, sometimes I use apples, sometimes I use mangoes, sometimes I use watermelon, sometimes I use pears. And we're going to top it with some chocolates. And you garnish with chocolate, which everyone loves. No one doesn't love. And you garnish it with some nuts to the top. Let's put a cashew nut. And there you have it. You can have it for breakfast, you can have it for dessert, you can have it for in between. So you have the different layers. So you can get crunch. You will get the crunch. So you have crunch from the granola. you have the softness from the watermelon, you have the sweetness of the chocolate. Then you take the spoon and you put it down like this, and oh wow. You got the sweetness of the water of the mango, the creaminess of the yogurt, the crunch of the granola. You get the bitterness of the semi-sweet chocolate. So if you all wasn't with me, I would have taken this glass and gone to eat my breakfast, but I have to stay to chat.
Chef, we have some questions coming up. Ram Gopal Chef wants to ask, what cheese did you use in the burger?
Okay, so the cheese that I used was a brie, a truffle brie. You can use whatever cheese that is available to you. You can use cheddar cheese. You can use, I know Amul has cheddar cheese, and Amul is widely available in India. So you can use any cheese you want. The thing with building a burger, it's all about your preferences. Food is about your taste and your preference. But just bear in mind the ingredients that you put together has to be nutritionally sound. That's one of the tenets of foods for the COVID-19. Once it's nutritionally sound, you can be creative. You can put whatever it is that you want together. You can put pineapple. You can use pineapple and avocado burger. That's a beautiful combination. The pineapple has the acidity, it has the sweetness, it has good bromelain properties in pineapple, while the avocado gives you vitamin E, it gives you good fat. So whatever it is that you try to develop or try to make, let's make sure what you put together is nutritionally sound.
The next question, Chef, we have is, it's an opinion-based question, like they wanted to know your opinion on this. Many times people don't like to combine onion with fruits. So combining, is it a good combination, or what kind of combination do you feel it's like?
Okay, so you're turning me into Ayurveda medicine now. So Ayurveda medicine has a lot of different rules and regulations. Yes, it is solely based on medicinal properties for your body. Nutrition and food is a bit different. I combine fruit and onions. The combination of fruit and onion gives a lovely flavor and good texture. So when you're using it in food, you don't necessarily need a lot of onions or a lot of fruits. You just do it for a flavor profile basis. So say if you use 1 cup of onions to 1 cup of fruit, the nutritional uptake from that isn't going to be as much as compared to us. So you're only using those combinations to enhance flavor in any fruit. Now, if you're looking at medicinal and treatment properties, that's a different story altogether. Ayurveda medicine teaches you can combine certain things because they have their own methodology in doing things. So it's 2 different school of thoughts. Nutrition and food, the general school of thought is flavor and taste. When you eat, you want something to taste good. You want something to taste nice. But now, because of the health conscious individual, nutrition plays an important factor into that. So you do take consideration as to what you put together. So it depends, but let's look at what you put together. But bear in mind, Ayurveda medicine, in terms of what they use for treatment purposes and for food as what we use to eat, 2 different concepts altogether. Yes?
So next question is, do you like to share the recipe of your coconut yogurt that you prepared?
Okay, so the coconut yogurt is simple. You take coconut, you grate your coconut, which is widely available in India. You blend the coconuts into the water form and you use a probiotic, a natural probiotic, which you set the yogurt overnight.
Okay.
You can use, and I would sometimes, if I don't have the probiotic powder, I would use natural lemon, or any natural lemon I will use, or different things I will use. But in order to get the thickness of the yogurt, you have to use the probiotic powder. I know India has probiotic powder, so you can set your own yogurt.
Next question is, Chef, what substitute of granola can we use to prepare the dessert?
What granola?
Any substitute of granola that we can use in the preparation of the dessert?
Okay, so some of the substitutes you can use for the granola, you can just use the nuts or you can use oats. You could take oats because granola is made from oats. So you take oats and you put it on the stove, medium fire, put the granola, put the oats in, and you slowly roast the oats. Roast the oats until it's crunchy, and you can add that in space of the granola.
Okay, sir.
So why I'm using oats? Because oats has that fiber, it has that carbohydrates, it has that nutritional value. Because this I normally eat as a breakfast or dessert, and you need that carbohydrates will give you that fuel or energy, so you can have energy to do whatever you have to do during the day.
Next question is, sometimes we see sesame seed is used in fruit and vegetable salad. Is it good for health to have a sesame seed on top of the salads?
Yes, sesame seeds is good to use. It has linoleic acid in it, and it has a high potassium, and there's a lot of protein in sesame seeds. So sesame seeds are actually good to use. You can use sesame in various ways. You can use it in a paste. You can use it as the sesame seed itself. You can use it as the sesame oil, in which I included into my marinade for my watermelons. So you can use sesame in various forms, and it will give you the different nutritional values. Also remember, according to how sesame seeds is processed, it gives you a different result. So say if I eat raw sesame seeds, my sesame seeds will take a little bit longer to digest. Or if I use my sesame seeds in a liquid form, it's easier for the body to digest. So it all depends on how the food is processed. The body's uptake is different.
Okay. Next question, Chef, we have is you use fresh fruits while the preparation of the dessert. Can we use some canned or dried fruits instead of that?
Yes. Of course, you can use canned fruits, you can use canned fruits, you can use frozen fruits, or you can use fresh fruits. So mango is actually in season, and I got mango, so that's why I use the fresh mango. If mango wasn't available, I have to use frozen or I have to use canned. And the nutritional value of canned or frozen is similar to fresh, because when you freeze fruits or vegetables, it's picked and then frozen at an optimum level to trap the nutrition into the frozen process.
And Chef, what about your opinion on the dried fruits?
So my opinion on dry fruit varies. Different dry fruits has different nutritional value. Some dry fruit, a lot of artificial things are added to it for preservation. So if you, for example, if you're drying raisins, a lot of sulfides are used to dry raisins because you need extended shelf life from a raisin. So dry fruit, I tend to use it, but not as much as I would use fresh fruits.
So it basically depends on the nutritional value and plus the preservatives that are used in the drying of those fruits.
Because when companies processing dried raisins or dry dates or any dry fruit, the additives that they use for preservation, every company uses a different methodology for preservation. But for me, the best form of preservation is dehydration or natural drying from the sun. You can take a piece of mango, you can take a piece of pineapple, put it in the sun and let it dry. For me, that's the most natural form of drying. I am not a fan of using sulfites to dry fruits.
Okay, chef. The fructose present in the food, how does it affect our health? If the fruits are consumed in excess, the fructose present in the food, how does it affect our health?
Okay, so fructose is sugar. So as in anything we consume, overeating leads to a whole lot of non-communicable diseases. So when you eat, you try to eat in portions. So for example, if I'm eating mangoes, I would only eat 2 mangoes. I will not eat 10 mangoes. Because if I consume 10 mangoes, my sugar level is going to go up, the starch index of the mango is going to increase, and I'm going to increase everything. So you have to balance. As in everything else, food is a balance. You balance what you eat and you eat it in moderation. You can't eat everything. You can have everything to eat, but eat in moderation. Eat 2 mangoes, don't eat 10 mangoes. And like me, when I eat chocolate, I eat 2 chocolate bars. But I know it's not good for me. I will get fat. Or fatter, I should say. So I have to control how much chocolate I eat because I love chocolate. So I will have a handful of chocolate. And I tend to go for the dark chocolates, which are higher in antioxidant and lower in sugar.
Okay, sir. Next question is like, considering all the consumption value of the macronutrients that we have, like if I'm planning a plate, what should be the proportion of carbohydrates, fibers, fat, and proteins in my meal?
Okay, so your carbohydrates should always be less on the plate. So like about a quarter carbohydrates. Your fruits and vegetables should always be half. So on a daily consumption, you're required to have 2 or 3 servings of fruit and vegetables per day. You're required to have 1 cup of fat. You can have your fat via yogurt. You can have your fat avocado. You can have your fat via olive oil, palm oil, coconut oil. But fat is only a quarter. So the composition of any plate should be fruits, vegetables, beans, peas, and meat. As I said, eat everything but in moderation. So your guidelines for your fruits and vegetables, 2 to 3 servings a day, 1 portion of curd, 1 portion of this, half portion of fat. Keep your plate simple, but enjoy your food. Food is to be enjoyed, so enjoy your food.
Thank you so much, Chef, for answering all the questions we have. I would like to say that it's very thankful for you to come and for join us for a session. We just prepared 3 dishes today, and the first one was a melon and a chickpea soup. Second one we did was a fruit burger, which we feel is very tempting looking from here, and we would like to have it right now. And we have a very delicious dessert that you taught us today, and it will be very helpful during the lockdown period that we have.
One of the reasons I actually chose a lot of no-cook desserts is because when you're at home, you really don't want to cook. So it's easy to prepare these dishes and it's healthy to consume. Full consumption for the COVID-19 has to be immunity-based foods so the body could get that maximum nutrition. And I keep stressing that throughout while I was demonstrating everything. fruits and vegetables. I'm not saying don't eat meat, You can eat meat because meat has its own values. It has iron. It has a lot of iron in meat. So someone might say, if I don't consume meat and I'm a vegetarian and I only consume non-veg, I'm vegan, how do I get my iron? So there are a lot of iron in fruits and vegetables. So beetroot, even though it's high in sugar, is high in iron. Spinach is high in iron. Different things has different iron levels, huge amount of iron levels. So even though you're vegetarian, you can get iron. So the lettuce has a minuscule macronutrition in iron. Not as much, but iron. You can use kale, you can use spinach, whatever it is that you can use. Research your foods, look at your foods, see what your fruits and vegetables do for your body. Everyone is on the internet. Everyone has something to say. Read, but not everything you read is factual. You also have to remember that not all information is true. So use credible sources of information to get good information in order for fruits and vegetables. Read, see what you can put together. Maybe you might come up with a different type of burger. Read, look, watch, create. Create your own medicine from your kitchen in order to build your body, because I don't think there's going to be a vaccine for a very long while. So you have to take individual responsibility for your own health. And by eating a balanced, nutritious, various recipes is what is going to take you throughout your lifespan. In order to prevent communicable diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes. And India has a lot of diabetes because of the sweet consumption. Everything, you eat a sweet for a birthday, you eat a sweet for everything. So sweet is a huge consumption factor in India. I'm not telling you don't eat your sweet. You can create or innovate your sweet in various ways. So this same watermelon, you can take the watermelon peel, you can grate it, you can put coconut, you can put a natural cane sugar or a natural palm sugar and make your own ladoos. Be creative, get different in consuming foods, especially now, because the world is going to be very interesting moving forward in terms of diseases, in terms of viruses. You're seeing diseases moving from animals into humans. And this is not the first pandemic that the world has seen. There were several pandemics throughout history, and there will be continuing pandemics in the future. So personal security with your food is important. Eat, enjoy, have a great time, but just don't overconsume. Don't do like me and sit down by the TV and eat 3 bars of chocolate. That's not good to do. Eat half a bar. And if you're tempted, leave the chocolate bar in the fridge and only bring half a chocolate bar on a plate to the TV. So look at what you eat.
Thank you so much, Chef. It was a very interesting session for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you, Chef. I think it was absolutely brilliant. The only thing is I couldn't note down a lot of things, so I'm going to ask the others here. I really want to do the cantaloupe soup and the watermelon burger. The dessert, not good for me, but at least the first two, I would really want to do. The watermelon burger is absolutely unique. I literally spoke to all my chefs. I said, where you guys? Come back, come here. Watch this, because India has never made a watermelon burger. And I think it's unique. We give it to McD's and we give it to all the possible fast foods. They would love it, and I'm going to suggest. I think you don't have your copyright. I can suggest to McD and make some money, can't I? Okay. Anyways, and even the cantaloupe, though I had mentioned there last time, cantaloupe is not available that very often. It is there. We get the honeydew, which is quite common here. This is slightly pinkish. Honeydew is sweeter and it's slightly greenish in color, which is there in plenty. But I don't know how we're going to get the recipes from you, Chef. Is it possible to just write the recipes? Because I would want to circulate the recipes saying that it has come from you to the entire Chitkara community. Because I think that
Chef, they actually have the recipes.
Pardon?
Chef Dave actually has the recipes. I send the recipe.
It's been shared, sir.
Who has?
So it's been shared.
Okay, brilliant. So superb. And if, with your permission, can I share it with the rest of Chitkara?
That's sure.
I think superb, and brilliant ones. I mean, we for this kind of a session, we don't need now. We need about 2-3 hours. But I think it's too early in the morning for you two, and everyone's in a mood for a nightcap here. What happens after sunset. So thank you so much once again. Absolutely brilliant session, and we're very, very grateful to you for these sessions. If they're more interesting, out of the box recipes, do send it to us. Thank you. God bless you. Keep safe. Keep healthy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and it was my pleasure to demonstrate the recipes. And please, kids, create your own recipes. Be innovative. Try different things. Send it so I can see, and can move on there. And thank you again to Chitkara University for hosting me. Thank you very much for everybody, and for the team for putting this together. I know it was a few glitches in and here, but we tried to keep it as seamless as possible. So thank you again for the opportunity. And good morning again from me from the beautiful Caribbean.
Thank you so much, Chef, for coming.
I would also take this opportunity to thank Harleen Kaur ma'am, who's taken this initiative, and her team of the international office. Brilliant. We had one session in the morning by, you must have met him, Daniel Jody.
Yes, I know Daniel.
And you. So both the sessions have been brilliant. In fact, Daniel continues for another day. So if you have the inclination and the interest, you can also come in tomorrow. We would love to have you. But nevertheless, thank you so very much. Thanks to all the others who've been watching. Thanks to all the students. I'm sure you've learned something interesting. You must make all this. This is absolute out of the box. I think you must incorporate this in what you're doing. And I want one of you, the students who all are here, I want one of you, what Chef Sastri has done today, do it as a home chef from your home. Do it in the next couple of days. Do it in half Hindi, half English. Prepare a kharbuje ka soup. Prepare a watermelon burger. And the third dessert. Give it to me. I will give it to all the HODs of Chitkara University. I'll put it on Events page where our Pro-Chancellor, Chancellor, everybody's there. Because I really want the students to prepare what you have learned in the last 1 hour. So we want home chefs. There are a lot of the students who are sending me recipes, and they're coming out brilliant. Somebody made an excellent dal. Somebody made an excellent nut cutlet and things like that. So they're coming out good. So please, 3 students, take this on yourself. Within the week, do it like Chef has done. I want the students to speak. It can be, like I repeat, half Hindi, half English, and post it to us, and it'll be posted on the Chitkara page, on Instagram, perhaps on Facebook page. Okay? All the best to you. Keep safe, keep healthy, and enjoy. Thank you.
The same to you also.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys.